Hey YouTubers, I'm back again, 2 days in a row. This is like a record, so to speak. Because what I'm going to do today is talk about a couple of record store hauls. Got a pile of records here. I haven't played any of them because they all need to be washed. Some of them are pretty grungy. I'll pick a grungy record. I won't pick one that's beat up. I think I've chosen well. And I haven't listened to them, as I said. So what I'm really going to do here is just talk about why I picked them, and then if it turns out that I love any of them particularly, I'll do a video and mention that. So here we go. This first batch is from Atomic Records in downtown Denver, which I believe is going out of business. That's kind of sad. It's bad timing for me since I've just started this vinyl hunting thing again. Anyway, without further ado, Kenny Burrell, God Bless the Child. This is a jazz album. This is an original pressing, looks like. The vinyl looks in pretty good shape, but I gotta wash it. So I got this just because I've heard of Kenny Burrell, and I thought I'd check it out. And it's a badass album cover. I mean, you know what time period it's from when you see this. Let me see if I'm right. Oh, did I say Kenny Burrell is a guitarist? It's got Billy Cobham on it. A couple other folks I haven't heard of. And when was this recorded? 71. All right. Too long on that one. Keith Jarrett, Arbor Zena. This has it's jazz, but he's a weird dude. He does all kinds of stuff. This apparently has some orchestral arrangement also. Never heard it. I just like Keith Jarrett. I thought it was worth a shot. It's $7. This is one of the more expensive used albums I bought there. It's in really nice shape. I have a feeling the person who owned it didn't play it much. Dire Straits, Communique. $4. I like Dire Straits, not a huge fan, but I like their music, so I thought I'd go ahead and pick this up. All right. I've held up another of this guy's albums, Caverna Magica, in another video. It's admittedly kind of cheesy, can be kind of cheesy, new age, jazz light, but usually, well, on Caverna Magica, the recording is incredible. The instrumentation is nice. It's just kind of a nice hi-fi record to listen to. So I thought I would take my chances on this one. $2, and it looks perfect. Again, I think the person that bought it didn't really listen to it. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. Eric Gale, another jazz guitarist. I'm a guitarist, so I tend to like jazz guitarists. I don't know much about Eric Gale. I had heard of him. Interestingly, I don't know if it's a different Eric Gale, but there's another Eric Gale that shows up as Eric Gales. I think it's the same guy. Don't really know. Anyway, I thought I'd check this out. I was reading about it, and it sounds like it might be pretty light, not like straight ahead or bebop or that kind of thing. So we'll see. Again, it's in good shape. $3. I like the painting on the front. That's a pretty nice portrait. Can't decide if it's pastel or oil. All right. This has got to be good, man. I hope this is good. Johnny McLaughlin. This is the guy from King Crimson and Mahavishnu Orchestra, etc. Fabulous guitarist. Currently, I think, is the League of Crafty Guitarists still around? That's another of his bands. I'd never heard of this album, but I thought I would take a chance on it. It's got a lot of peeps showed up on this. And it's from 1978, so I have a feeling it might be pretty cool. This was another expensive one. This is $7. And one more Andreas Vollenweider. This one is a 45, so it's like a 45 single. It's extended though. It's got 3 tunes on it. again, I've found that the recording of Caverna Magica is really nice, and I thought, hey, 45, let's see how good this can sound. It could be that it was engineered like crap and pressed like crap, so don't know. $3. And that was yesterday at Atomic Records. Today I stopped by Angelo's, which Angelo's has a pretty good new record section, and by pretty good I mean they have one. Not a whole lot of selection, which isn't that surprising. Some interesting stuff, some stuff I wanted to buy. They tend to have the heavier vinyl, the special re-releases, the special remasters, that sort of thing. And it's such a crapshoot whether a remaster is going to be any good or not. I'm oftentimes afraid to spend the money on them. And for whatever reason, in that store, it's like, I don't know if it's got a steel cage around it or what, but my iPhone reception sucks. And usually what I'll do before I buy some expensive new pressing that's been remastered is I want to hunt around and see if people say it sucks or not. So it's hard, basically rolling the dice when I buy something new there. So anyway, there were a few new ones that I thought about getting. I had in my bin that I was keeping my picks in, I had Bon Iver's album. What's the name of it? It's got the weird name. You know what I'm talking about. Huge album. Anyway, that was a special heavy vinyl. That was like $19. And I think I had Paul McCartney's Ram in there, which was audiophile pressing at 45 RPM. I put it back. It was just too much money to fool around with 45. Anyway, you know, they had some decent stuff, but I ended up cutting it down. I bought this Gordon Lightfoot. If you could read my mind, I bought this because of Joe Collins' video on his top 20, and it was $2. And the vinyl's in good shape. It needs to be cleaned, but it looks good. So I thought I'd give it a shot. Why not? I like acoustic guitar. I like folk, so give it a shot. This one I've been hunting for a while. This one is not in fabulous condition, at least the cover isn't. This is Chicago 2. This has 25 or 6-4 and some other stuff you might recognize on it. The cover is not in the greatest shape, and the sleeves are yellowed, but I've got new sleeves, and I don't really care that much about the cover. This is a double album. I just been wanting to listen to this album, and as it turns out, even though the cover's kind of beat up, the vinyl looks pretty good. So once it's washed, I might be in business. Okay, so this was one that I did spring for the expensive new pressing. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. Everybody needs this recording. I have it on CD. I wanted to buy it on open reel tape, but they want way too much money for it on eBay. That's about the only place you'll find an open reel tape like this for sale, or of this album for sale. This is a classic. If you aren't into jazz, that's okay. Just check it out. It's great background music, even if you don't want to sit down and actively listen to it. I believe it's one of the most purchased, best-selling jazz album of all time. A cornerstone of recorded music. Maybe. I like this album a lot. It's very, very chill. It's very laid back. It's beautiful. I hope this recording is beautiful. So I'm looking forward to listening to this. What I want to find is Miles Smiles, which is, that is awesome. That's an awesome album. It's got Tony Williams on drums, one of the coolest drum albums ever. Even if you don't like jazz, if you like drums at all, you got to listen to that album. It's insane. So anyway, I'm looking forward to peeling this open. This is brand new. I haven't decided if I'll wash it or not. I'm about 50-50 on washing new albums. So there you have it. Those are my hauls. As I said, I will update you on if any of these really turn me on. I'll do another video and say, hey, these are really turning me on. Maybe you should check them out. All right then. Catch you later.